What is acceleration? If velocity is the rate of change in position across time, acceleration is the rate of change in velocity or speed across time. A car is accelerating when its speed is increasing, so acceleration represents the changes in velocity. Same as velocity, we can't talk about acceleration on its own without considering the factor of time. We can't say this car is accelerating at a rate of 10 meters. We need to specify per what unit of time are we talking. Is it accelerating at a rate of 10 meters per second, per minute, per hour? That is a huge difference. In the small system we built in Blender, the sphere is moving at a rate of 1 meter per frame, and that's its velocity. But it is not accelerating nor decelerating, which means that the acceleration is zero. In real life, objects' velocities increases and decreases with time because of different forces. So how can we program such thing in Blender? Before I explain how to do that, I want to change the simulation a little bit. I'm going to delete the group input and instead I'm going to add a point node. It is important to mention that a point in Blender is just a data container that we can later replace with other objects. That's why we're using it, because it offers a huge flexibility later. And I'm going to change the simulation to become a falling point simulation by moving the point 5 meters in the air, so that would be my starting position. And since I want the point to be falling, I need to update the set position node. So instead of moving on the x-axis, I need to tell Blender that we will be moving on the z-axis. I'll reset the x-axis to 0, and on the z-axis I will write, for example, 0.1 meter. If I hit play, you will notice that the ball is moving up, not down. It's because Blender is moving the ball by 0.1 meters up. So if we wanted to move it down, we need to change it to minus 0.1 meters. Now, if I hit play, you will notice that the ball is falling slowly down. Now we can start thinking about how to implement acceleration in our system. To understand what we will be doing, we need to go back to the definition of acceleration. Acceleration is the change in speed of an object. A falling object will be accelerating, which means its velocity will gradually increase the more time it spends falling. In other words, we need to figure out a way to tell Blender, hey, Blender, we want you to increase the velocity with each passing moment. As in, for example, at frame 1, move this point by 0.1 meters down. At frame 2, move this point by 0.15 meters down, so it will be at minus 0.25 meters. At frame 3, move this point by 0.2 meters down, so it will be at minus 0.45 meters. So the key to getting acceleration is to make the distance traveled with every frame bigger and bigger. Think about it. If the ball is moving the same distance every frame, you will have a constant speed. But when it accelerates or decelerates, that means that the distance crossed with every frame is either getting bigger or smaller. If the distance is bigger, that means it is accelerating. If the distance is getting smaller, it means it is decelerating. So the solution to implement acceleration in our system is to figure out a way to tell Blender to either increase or decrease this value with time. And in order to do that, there is an important concept that you need to understand, which is attributes. And that's what we will be talking about in the next video.